Well, greetings, friends. Our reading today is Hosea chapters 7 to 14. Now, I want to just remind you that the minor prophets are not in a chronological order. And so this book actually goes back to just prior to Israel going into captivity into Assyria, and then after they went into captivity. So we look at this verse and we see that all through these chapters, we see the word Ephraim. Ephraim, well, that is a representation of Israel, the northern kingdom. But there's one verse in chapter number 10 that I think is very important. It uses verbiage that reminds us of farming. For example, in verse number 12, it says, of chapter 10, it says, "Sow for yourselves righteousness, reap steadfast love, break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord, that he may come and rain righteousness upon you." Now notice the words sow, notice the word reap, and breaking up the fallow ground, that's like plowing, and then the rain. Well, I want you to think it in a spiritual sense now. How we talked yesterday of the controversy that God has with the land, even with America, I believe, the lying and the cheating and the fraud and the sexual immorality. And we read about that and talked about it yesterday. Well, in order for that to change, for God to rain righteousness upon us, we're going to have to do some sowing and reaping and breaking the fallow ground. Let's look at it real quick. First of all, the breaking of the fallow ground, I believe, how do we do that in a spiritual sense? You know, a farmer, it takes work. It takes an effort. It takes time to plow the ground, to get ready for the seed. Well, it takes time for you and I in our efforts to plant the seed in our culture today. We need to pray. We need to remove those obstacles, those stones. What could they be? It could be the hypocrisy in our own life. We need to show love. Instead of having hatred or bitterness or arguing with other people, we need to show love to those around us. And so that's breaking up the fallow ground. Then we need to sow the seed of the Word of God, and God will bring the increase. He'll bring the rain. And so, friends, I want to say and encourage you today, it's time to seek the Lord. It's not time to do our own pleasures and our own thing, but it's time to seek the Lord. So I encourage you, let's sow for ourselves righteousness and reap steadfast love, for it's time to seek the love of the Lord, and the rain will fall upon us. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.